Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another cast in this best of 3 series between two players, Kerchi, whose real name is BBoongBBoongPrime, out of Korea, and he is going to be the dark blue Zerg this time, in the far right position on this map, GSL dual site. His opponent is going to be sGmHyu, who is actually taking the teal Zerg this time, on the far left. I guess these guys just really like their blue. It seems to be a fan favorite right now. And nothing too crazy going on. No 6 pools, nothing of the sort. Which is not actually unheard of in high level Zerg vs Zerg, because personally I hate this matchup. It's just, I just find it's always Zerglings, and I prefer to be a macro Zerg. I like my fast expansions. I like my Roach Hydra, etc, etc, etc. Now we seem to be quick extractor chick pulled by Kerchi. The map here is going to be GSL dual site with the very odd Zelnaga towers I've never quite understood. And scrolling on through the rest of the map, I see Kopo is sitting across over here from like an idiot. Not entirely sure what he's doing. Anyhow, quick Overlord scouts pushing across the map, just passing on by. I don't think they're actually going to see each other. Their field of view is just going to sort of be high-fiving each other over top of this crazy... I really don't actually know what to call this. It's some sort of Zelnaga altar, I think is what it's supposed to be, but it looks really cool either way. And that's all that matters. Spawning pools are 2 seconds apart from each other, so... And same with the 2 drones. Both are on the same supply. Exact same production coming through right now at the exact same rate. No big differences. Let's see... They even have their spawning pools set in similar positions. Hugh likes to put it in front of his hatchery a little bit, I guess. I'm not entirely sure why. Personally, I like to hide mine back over here, so it's a little less vulnerable to attack if your queen's down here. But, personal preferences. Whereas Kerchi is putting it right here to funnel the mineral line, which could come in handy later in case of Zerglings in the base. Which, you know, generally happens. Queens and metabolic boosts both started on pretty much the exact same time. Both players seem to be going for a very similar build. I didn't quite check, but I believe they were both 12 pools going for quick Zerglings. Hugh has left 1 in the gas, whereas Kerchi took them all out of the gas and is just now resaturating it for some reason. Roach Warren going down for Kerchi. Really does like his Roach Warrens. It worked very well in the last match, as we saw. The Roaches turned out to be a game changer. Kerchi just had enough of them that it didn't matter that Hugh had lots of Zerglings on the way. The Roaches just shredded them horribly. Pushed up when he had quite enough of them and caused large problems. Hugh has felt comfortable enough to actually go for an expansion instead. Kerchi's opening up with this 1 base Roach play while Hugh takes an expansion on 21 supply, I guess. Which is the exact same build he did last time. Didn't work for him that time, but then again he was facing a fast expanding Zerg last time, as Kerchi decided to go for the quick, well, much quicker anyway, natural expansion. It was on GSL Crevasse that time, which everybody expands on. Dual site, this expansion is a lot less defended. It's quite similar to the Zelnaga Caverns expansion in the way that, although there are all these trees here, which are very exotic looking trees, and blocking this. And Hugh is once again going for that quick Zergling attack upgrade. It didn't work out so well for him last time because he was facing Zergling play, which he's going to be again, so it's difficult to see, or Roach play rather. So it's difficult to see how it will turn out. Kerchi's pushing down here with an even 16 speed Zerglings versus, it's going to turn into micro right here. Let's go to the unit counting station, and we're seeing very close in Zergling numbers. And getting trapped on that ramp, Kerchi is going to have to pull back to save these Zerglings, as Hugh can just simply reinforce, although they're both very similar to the same. Looks like Hugh actually lost his Overlord to the Queen of Kerchi over on his expansion over here. Looking once again at the unit counting station, I just didn't point this out last time. One, he may have forced Hugh to react a little bit more than he would have liked and get many more Zerglings. At the same time, with that +1 upgrade coming through, he's going to want them later on anyway. But this drone difference is very interesting. There's 5 more drones in favor of Kerchi, which isn't that many normally, but when they're both only at about 20 drones, that's quite a bit. We're seeing another small push come down here from Kerchi. I don't think it's going to be particularly successful, as he has 10 more Zerglings about to pop, and he has quite a few on the field as it is. That +1 attack is soon to finish, and Hugh is almost definite to put on some pressure. All he has seen so far is Zerglings. I don't believe he has scouted the Roach Warren. Let's find that one out. No, he has no idea about the Roach Warren. And given that Kirchi is kind of keeping that one a secret right now and not building a single Roach, I'm interested to see what Hugh thinks. If he might push for a timing attack with this +1 finishing because he thinks, well, my Zerglings will have the advantage, but all Kirchi really has to do is pop out a bunch of Roaches and he can deal with that. Seeing this one Zergling get into the base, and he makes it through. He's going to scout that Roach Warren. He scouts the Roach Warren. We'll have to see. This may actually completely change Hugh's mind about going for a push. He's still making quite a few Zerglings, but with 8 Roaches on the way, it's a dangerous play, although these are quite a few +1 Zerglings. Actually, a lot of +1 Zerglings. And I'm interested to see how Kirchi is going to deal with these. He's going to lose both these queens very quickly. And he's losing all these Zerglings because, well, Hugh just has this +1 attack upgrade, which is huge at this point in the game. Kirchi is doing an excellent job of walling this off here, forcing these Zerglings into this funnel, and Hugh is not pulled out of there like he needs to. And getting a surround on these Roaches as they just slowly stream out. 2 more Roaches on the way, but they're dealing with other Roaches, and Kirchi calls the GG. So we saw both players go for fairly similar to their previous openings, although Kirchi went for a slightly later expansion than last time, and still went for the Roach plays, but not as many. Hugh still went for the quick +1 attack upgrade on his Roaches, or on his Zerglings rather, and this time it paid off better as there weren't enough Roaches on the field to deal with the sheer numbers of Zerglings he had at that point. Well, now Hugh takes this game, and this will tie up the series 1-1 as we take it to a third game on... I'm not entirely sure which map, but I will be back here soon with that next game for you, so I will see you then.